Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is another transformation video. We're going to be covering how to do the eyebrows and the eyes, different shapes, all that jazz. Let's get started. Let's move on to it because this is a pretty long video. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with the flat brow. And the flat brow is pretty popular in Asia. Women do it to look more youthful and innocent. A lot of girls who dress kawaii like to, wear the circle lenses and the very flat, innocent brows because it looks very young and childish. Basically, anything on the face that is angular or sharp is always going to make you look older, and anything on the face that's very round is always going to make you look younger. So before we get started with anything on eyebrows, you have to know what color eyebrow pencil or powder you're supposed to be using. So from jet black to dark brown hair, you're going to be using a dark brown eye pencil. From medium brown to light brown, you're going to be using a medium brown pencil. And if you have blonde to white hair, you're going to be using a medium brown pencil. And what I mean by that is always you're going to go 2 shades darker than the blonde that you have in your hair. So light brown or medium brown is the eyebrow color you're supposed to have with blonde hair. So what can you use? You can use an eyebrow pencil. You can use an eyebrow powder or an eyebrow gel or even eyeshadows. And that's exactly what I'm going to use today because everyone has eyeshadows. As long as there's no sparkle and it is the color that you need, you can use it. So for flat eyebrows, you want to connect point A to point C, and what I mean by that is point A is where your bald spot starts, and point C is where the bald spot ends. Now obviously this wouldn't really be considered bald spot, but it is the spots where I'm missing hair to have a flat eyebrow. So you want to remove all arches possible, and I don't really have much of an arch, so I'm going to take point A, which is right there, and you're going to line it straight across, all the way to point C. So to clean up your eyebrows, you can use a concealer, a highlighter, or just a foundation. And I'm just going to use my foundation to do that. I'm going to take my concealer brush and add just a little bit onto the brush. And what you're going to do with that is line your eyebrow . See, I'm concentrating so hard I can't talk. You're going to line it right under what you just filled in. And you're also going to do that on the top, and you're going to mainly do it most on the top because you want to also kind of thin it out too. So this is pretty much how you get a flat eyebrow. You're just connecting point A bald spot to point C bald spot and drawing a line right there and filling up. Alright, so the arch eyebrow is pretty popular in Hollywood. A lot of women like to do it for that sexy, sultry look like Megan Fox or Marilyn Monroe. They both rock the super arched eyebrows. So, yep, if that's who you're going for, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Alright, so basically you want to start by drawing a triangle where your natural arch is. If you don't have a natural arch, it's usually on the third of your eye. So, not the center, but the third. And you're going to draw literally like a little house top, like so. Alright, so just by drawing that triangle on the top of your arch, you already have more of an arched eyebrow. But also arched eyebrows are typically thin, so when you put on the concealer, you want to make sure that you're kind of hiding the hairs that shouldn't be there. This also sharpens it up way more, which is gonna be great. Alright, so we're done. Very simple, right? You just point A to point C on this one and you draw a triangle on the other and you have 2 opposite eyebrows. But don't wear them at the same time because it's not cute. Alright, so now that we're done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and change my eyebrows back to the way they should look. That way we can move on to how to transform your eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you guys all the different eyeliner styles on huge eyeball canvases, because if I were to do all these eyeliners all in one shot in this video, I will end up with a huge black eye from all the eyeliner because I use liquid eyeliner, so I'd rather not have a black eye. So I'm just going to show you guys how to do it on this eye. It'll still work exactly the same. I mean, it's a human eyeball. It belongs to somebody. So let's get started. Okay, so the first eye I'm going to show you is called the doe eye. Now the doe eye is, I feel like I use her for every single example, but Marilyn Monroe had doe eyes, or she would kind of try to achieve that with eyeliner, because it kind of has like an innocent but sexy feel to it. And there are celebrities who naturally have doe eyes, so yeah, let's get started. Alright, so starting with doe eyes, you have to recognize that you want everything to kind of droop like so. So you're going to start with the inner corners by adding just a thin line to start with. Okay, so once you get to this point of your eye, you want this to be the highest point because you need to have a high and a low. Since her eye is quite, one type of shape, you want to change that by adding a high and a low for the doe eye. So high and then a low. So we're going to go ahead, and after you start in the inner corners, you're going to bring this up much higher. And once you get to the point where it's called the third of the eye, right there, you're going to go and line literally super thin all the way in your lash line. And then once you get to the bottom, you're going to do a low wing. So obviously you're going to fill that in, and you're just going to fix the eyeliner to work like so. Alright, so this is what it should look like. You're going to start with the thin, gradiently to a thicker line, and then back down to a thin. And the lower you put this wing, the more droopier your eye will seem. So that is how you do a doe eye. That is how Marilyn Monroe did her eyeliner. And if you add false lashes only on the outer corner of your eye, that would really help in getting the doe eye even more. So, alright, so let's just go ahead and move on to the next eye. Alright, so the next eye we're going to do is the sleek eye. Now the sleek eye is very popular by Arabian women. They like to have very cat eye-like type of eyes. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Alright, so with sleek eyes, you want to start with just a very basic thin line on your lash line, just to draw like basic stencil. So there we go. The next thing you want to do is start by adding just a little bit of more eyeliner on the inner corner, and starting at the middle point of your eye is where your gradient eyeliner is going to start. So you're going to get thicker and thicker and thicker. And you want this line on top to be as straight as you possibly can. So you're going to go ahead and keep going straight. Keep going straight. And then you're going to take the wing, and you're not going to necessarily connect it to this end of the eye. You can if you want to, but I like to connect it just a little bit above it, like so. And you're just going to, of course, fill that in. Alright, so I actually do my eyeliner quite like this most of the time. It just has like a sleek look about it. If you want it to be even more sleek and even more cat eye, what you're going to do is you're going to take your inner corner of the eyes, fill that in with eyeliner. You're going to line your lash line, which let me go ahead and do that. And connect it to the inner corner of the eye. Now you're not done here, because usually this will give you a fairly round bottom. Now to unround that bottom to make it all sleek, you're going to head and do the same gradient thing that we did on top, right here. Only on the outer corner, remember. So outer corners are the ones that have the most eyeliner. And you're also just going to add just a little bit of thickness to the inner corner to kind of balance out the eye. So now her eye looks very sleek. And an eye that kind of looks like this would be Shailene Woodley. She has very sleek eyes, so this is what you would do if you want to grab, or if you want to have her eyes. So this is a sleek eye. Boom, easy, simple. Alright, next one. Alright, so the next one we're going to do is round eyes. Now if you want round eyes, you're pretty much going to do the opposite of the sleek. You're going to make sure everything goes in a C shape up, cuts no wing whatsoever, and then back down. So with round eyes, you're going to start with your basic line, of course. So go ahead and draw a basic lash line just to kind of see where you're going. So once you draw your basic thin line on your lash line, you want to go ahead and evaluate what you need to round out. Now, round shapes are always a C shape. So we're going to want to C shape the eye. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off thin here. You're going to gradiently get thicker towards the middle of the eye. And by the third of the eye, you're going to slim down again. So let's fill that in. And you're just going to keep rounding it out, just like that. Is optional. You don't have to do that if you don't really like eyeliner on the bottom of your eye, but it does help your case a little bit better. If you don't want to do the eyeliner on the bottom to round it out more, what you're going to do is add eyeshadow, in a C shape right there where I outlined that. So this should be all eyeshadow, and that'll give you more of a rounder eye. Alright, so we're done with that. Next one is the large eye. So it's pretty much just a really wide awake open version of your normal eye. So we're going to go ahead and start with our basic line. Boom, bam. Just like that. And you're going to do a basic wing. And you want this to be quite thin all the way through. And then you're going to get larger. Then you're going to lift the eye with a wing that kind of tails upwards, like so. Alright, so after you did your eyeliner, you're going to take white eyeliner and put it in your waterline. After you applied the waterline, this is where it gets kind of tricky. You're going to take an eyeshadow, I'm just taking my Naked palette once again, and you're going to take a brown, a plum, basically any skin tone type of color. Usually a contouring color is what you're going to need. And you're going to do an upside down wing on the bottom half of your eye. Let me show you how that works. You're going to start off like that. I should probably use black for this because this is black and white photo. So you're going to draw a line completely opposite to the wing that's on top. So it's usually just like a curve, like so. So once you have drawn that line, you're going to pretty much make it look like a wing. Just like, and make sure that you only do the eyeshadow on the lash line and not on the waterline. The waterline needs to remain white. So that is the trick that I actually figured out and is actually how I do my eyes. And the last step after all of this is add false lashes, because false lashes make your eyes look bigger. Or you can add 3 layers of mascara on your eyes. Same thing. And you're also going to do it on the bottom half. So that is going to make your eye the largest that it can while still looking fairly natural. Alright, so the very last eye we're going to do is these small eyes, and it's basically the complete opposite of the large eyes that I just finished showing you. And a celebrity that I can think of right now that has small eyes would be Taylor Swift. Yep, she has small eyes, I believe, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so small eyes is very, very easy. You're just going to line your waterline, not the lash line. Just the waterline, which you can't see in this picture, but I'll try to do so. Okay, so I lined the waterline on the top, and you're also going to line the waterline on the bottom. And you're going to close it in like so. Alright, so this is all you have to do to get a smaller eye. And if you want to have a sleek eye along with this small eye, add a wing. That's it. So I hope this video helped you guys a lot. If you guys still have questions, comment them down below and I will gladly answer them. If you don't have any questions, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.